I definitely not.
You're sad. I do feel for you. I once had love for you. Although you've done a whole bunch of evil things, you have a dark soul. But I still don't hate you. You like, my enemy.
Why do you think she has a dark soul?
She's very pretty on the outside. She is the true definition of the devil in sheep clothing.
Damn,
Well, then, if
Damn.
that's the case, you should every day that the dark soul was removed out your life. Be grateful.
I'm thanking God for a lot of things,
Be
but I ain't
grateful.
one of them.
Do you believe that, Melody?
No, I
It's okay. It's okay. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube now. Listen. Go to YouTube. I'm gonna pull up this tweet. Where is your proof? I got proof. Here's the thing. This is what
No. No more conversation. I'm so happy you two have moved on from each other.
Yes, God.
And,
Oh, yes, it was. Oh, yes, it was. That's why I beat your ass that time.
That's why I beat your ass that time.
Alright, so we're gonna be right back with more Love and Marriage Huntsville when we return.
What you're not gonna do is continue to play in my face.
Well, no one's playing in your face. I don't
You
even talk
are.
to you, sweetie.
Well, you're talking to me now.
I don't talk.
Hey, my true tellers, how are you guys doing? Thank you for coming in and being patient with me. As you can see right here by my edit little content, which I call myself the queen of edit. And if you guys wants to see more content like that, trust me, you guys got to support me a little better than that because it takes time. And trust me, I consider myself as the queen of edit. I remember when I used to do on one of these guys. I mean, they used to sit there and say, "Oh my God, I mean, you are really good." But it takes time to go ahead and do that. But I have a really good one I'm working on right now, and I promise you, it will wake the hell up out of you guys. Okay, so guys, as you can see right here, we got a hot topic that we want to go ahead and talk about. As you can see behind the mask, the masquerade of angel of light, and the truth reveals by the fruit that they bear. And I pounded on this, man. I'm not going to tell you no lie because, I was looking at the pictures, and looking at all this right here, just like you guys look at, the surface part until, the Most High God. And like I said, I consider this right here as my ministry. And the reason why, because this is where my people at. So anyone that wants to question me and sit there and say, why you use God for everything? Why you always use God? Well, they using God too. And you're going to know them by the fruit that they bear. Because one thing about the Most High God, when He tells you to pump your brakes or tell you to move on or tell you to come out your sunken place, that's of God. The devil going to tell you to continue doing what they are doing now. But the reason why many are deceived today, they deceived by this angel of light. Like I said there and say, we got a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. And the reason why, and I truly believe this right here is the this right here, this is the age of Aquarius. This is the year where, now we seen how it's unfold, especially when it comes to our silly sheep. We know that they always be mesmerized about the appearance of person, and that's why the devil was able to deceive so many. So let me go ahead and welcome my guests in here, my seekers. Guys, thank you for coming in. Meek says thumbnail is fire. Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming in. And Debbie Belly says, "Good afternoon, unapologetic real talk." My girl, Lady B, and guys, make sure you go ahead and check out her channel. I think she has a platform. If you want to go ahead and put the link in, Lady B, you are welcome to put your link down below. She says, "Good afternoon, Lady D and mods and chat." Also, in my opinion, guys, make sure you go ahead and check her out as well. She says, "Hey, Lady D." And I got to go ahead and address my girl, country girl, Queena. Yes, she is one of the best mods on this side of earth. Okay. She says, "Hello, happy Friday, unapologetic real talk and truth tellers." Yes, indeed. Symmetry. Yes, go ahead and check out Symmetry channel as well. Thank you. Thank you for all you guys for coming in, supporting and always holding me down. She says, "Good afternoon, Lady D and chat." Also, in my opinion, she's speaking, my girl Dana. Yes, Dana, she says, "Good Friday afternoon, Lady D and True Seekers." Also, let me see if I can go ahead and pronounce this name. Nazarene, and I might be pronouncing it wrong. She says, "Hello." She is a manipulator. She's really coming in conniving and evil. She's been showing her true colors right in our face, but her cult can't see it. They refuse to see it because they share the same demonic energy. Absolutely. And we're going to go ahead and talk about it because I saw yesterday where Queen Desperate came out, as if she was talking about some receipts, old receipts. And the thing about it, these silly followers, they had believed that. Like I said there and say, this right here is coming to an end. And I hate when, and I hate to use the word hate, but I hate these reunions because, when it comes to this reunion, it's like they dress up a pig. You know how you can put a pig in lipstick and fix it all up, but before that, it's like they was just like wolves in sheep clothing. They was tearing down all the episodes, just tearing down and cutting. But when it's time for the reunion, they act like, oh, they princes and come in with their beautiful gowns but all I told you guys, all that right there is just a cheap trick. false evidence appear to be real. And like I say, my channel is not for everybody, and I'm not here to tickle your ears. I'm not here to stroke you. Like I said, they have many channels out there that's going to go ahead and accommodate you. I truly believe that this right here, this is my ministry, this is my lane. And you might sit there and say, well, how? How is this? Because we are now in a time where the devil is out there deceiving so many people. And how he deceives so many, they're not going to come and deceive you like a bum on the street or a homeless person or a person, just disheveled. No, he's going to appear himself as if he got this, like he's all that. That's how the devil, and that's how Satan was able to deceive so many as an angel of light, because anything that's close to white or anything that they think is a European standards, they going to bow down. And that's why Satan, he was able to fool so many. He came he masquerade himself, as a deceiver, as an angel of light. And many of us, could remember this picture right here. We can remember when our parents and our grandparents and their grandparents had this same picture on their wall, not knowing who this really was. All this was a part of white supremacists. And the reason why so many of us had bowed down and still bowed down it today, because it appeared as an angel of light. And I think you guys know exactly where I'm going with this. So before I continue, guys, let me go ahead and give my copyright disclaimer, because like I said, in here, we eat meat. We are grown folks. We are not going to pacify, because we see straight through all that. And that's why when it comes to the Most High God, he's not concerned about a person outer appearance. It's what's in your heart. Because like I said there and say, when it comes to some of these people, they fake it till they make it. They fake it until they make it. And all this right here to me is for entertainment purpose only. You air it out, you are free game. This is under the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching. And what we are doing, we teaching. We are teaching. We are right here showing you guys how to separate the sheep from the goats. The sheep from the goats. And many of these people, like I said, they give them a platform to send our silly sheep straight to the slaughterhouse. But half of these people, like I said, they say they're going to put on a good facade, but inside, like I said, they outside living like the Joneses and inside living like the Walters. So, like I said, don't get mad with the messenger, okay? Because I'm going to tell you exactly the way that my ancestors give it to me. And you might sit there and say, this can't be from your ancestors. Well, I got some messy ancestors, okay? My ancestors would chew you up and spit you out. So let's go ahead and continue. Teaching, scholarship, education, research, fair use is used permitted by statute that might otherwise be infringing. So I got all that right there out the way. And guys, I hope you like my intro, because Tisha already had called it out. Tisha already had called it out. Tisha said you might be pretty, but inside, you like and it's not exact words, you like a wolf in sheep clothing. You like a devil, a demon. And like I said there and say, a lot of people, they going to be accountable for this right here. And I just hope this reunion right here, when it comes to Call Us King, I hope he don't cater to it another time, another season, because we already know that when it comes to Call Us King, he helped build this monster right here. When he went down there to little old Huntsville, we thinking that he was going to get the core six, all of them together. He went and he crowned it Melody. So I hope this reunion right here, because I was checking to see if anyone, showed the outfit, what they was going to wear. No, they didn't do that, because too much stuff had happened. Why would they come out and show and front their outfit when we already know that one person that was a part of that cast, and I'm going to sit there and say, Kiki, unalive herself. And I'm not going to say unalive. Let me take that back. Let me take that back because I don't know what had happened, but I know that she was depressed. I know she was depressed. And we already know how they dismissed Kiki, how they used her, and then they threw her out like disposable goods, knowing that she had other issues that she was dealing in her personal life. So you can't come out there and masquerade yourself in all this blue, which, if to be honest, blue is just an illusion. Blue is not a color. Blue is illusion. You might see that the sky and the water is blue, but you take a glass and you put that glass in that same water. I promise you that water going to look dirty. It might look through the eyes as if it's blue, but if you take a glass and dip that glass in that water, it's going to be dirty. The sky might look blue from the appearance, but you keep going up and it's going to be dark. Blue is illusion. Satan is illusion. He is a deceiver. He is a deceiver. And like I said, there is say, when it comes to these reality shows, the reason why the Most High God had put this particular reality show, Love and Marriage and Huntsville, so anyone that wants to question me and go back and forth as if I'm picking, no, I'm not picking. This is the one that the Most High God picked for me. Why? Because we do the most. This is the only reality show that we all set that trauma bonding over, okay? We all can take a piece out of this because what we've seen right now, we are seeing a train wreck. We are seeing people using other people's pain as payola, which I call a sacrificial lamb. And we're going to call it out. We're going to call it out. So don't come in and question me and tell me, oh, you just being jealous. Nobody's jealous. They told Paul, let's speak of jealousy. Let's go ahead and talk about Paul. Because you know I like to put everything with a scripture because I come with a sword to rightfully divide the word of truth because they call Paul jealous. They say, Paul, you are jealous. Many people had came on and they say, oh, you are jealous. Nobody is jealous. We just cutting through the lies. And you can find all that right there in 2 Corinthians 11 and 14, where I said that, and no wonder, for even Satan disguised himself as an angel of light. That's why so many people are going to what I call the slaughterhouse, because they fall in this false light, things that appear as if they have it together. Now, how the hell you gonna come out there looking like $1 million, but inside living like the Walters, robbing Peter to pay Paul, running up 50 creditors, bankruptcy, millions of dollars of debt, but yet you want to come out as if you got it together? Like I said, these people have been exposed. So don't be mesmerized of how they look, because they are what I call deceivers. And we know the devil does three things, and that's to kill, steal, and destroy. Just get close to it, because that's why we see right now, we see this train wreck. But right here in 2 Corinthians 11 and 14, it says, and no wonder, for even Satan disguised himself as an angel of light. Meaning that Satan can appear to be good or righteous with actually being evil. So Satan is going to deceive you as if he's good, as if he got your best interest, as if he's a victim. But he's no good. He's no good. He is evil. And his followers often do the same because their followers going to ride for them. And that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing these followers, these silly sheep going to ride. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's all going to come to the end, because it's like the blind lead the blind. And it says, and his followers often do the same by presenting themselves as servants of righteousness while acting against true values. So let's go ahead and break that down right there. Their servants, their millimeters, these overzealous fans, they want to present themselves as if they are righteous. That's why they can call this 24-hour fast shaking up heaven, and those prayers didn't get no farther in the ceiling. So you might sit there and say, well, how can you say that those prayers didn't tap into the heavens? Because if those prayers would have tapped into the heavens, they wouldn't have never came from off of their fast and ran straight to social media and sat there and entertained all this drama. All it took was a Ariane Curry and Martell to drop two still pictures to set and show you that these people was nothing but wolves in sheep clothing. These people was faking it until they make it. These people was not about tapping in or shaking up anything, but stirring up the pot. Now I know you guys say I don't want to hear it, but God say tell it to them anyhow. He say, tell it to them anyhow. Because these people, what I call, have a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof. That's why they can come out looking like a wolf in sheep clothing. Just look at this. Look at this. This is what you call a wolf in sheep clothing. But like I say, this is a year of open shame. This is a year of exposure. The things that you used to get away with, you cannot get away with it anymore. This right here, what I call the year of open shame, the age of Aquarius, and the price of fame. These people have sold their soul for almighty dollars. And like I said there and say, these people are faking it till they make it. Because what they are doing is robbing Peter to pay Paul. These people, their sins has reached the highest heaven. They are so deep in debt, but they putting up this facade. Yes, they putting up this facade because, like I said, you already know them. You already know them because the Most High God already done ripped the sheets off of them. 2017, and now we are in 2025, and these people said they owe millions of dollars to the IRS, and I'm gonna say allegedly, but according to this article called The Sons, these people, they had 50 creditors, and Lord knows how many they have right now, but wants to go ahead and front into these high-end stores as if they got it together. And we idolize people like that. Why? We got people right now that's doing right, like a Stormy. Stormy can go into any stores and it won't break her bank. Or she have paid her credits, her debtors. She paid them. So if she dropped dimes, whatever she want, trust me, she still can sleep at night. She don't have to front. And like I said, there you see, nobody's jealous. Just like they said then they tried to call Paul. They tried to say Paul was jealous. Read the scriptures. Read the scriptures. Ain't nobody jealous. What people are doing is they sitting there exposing these wolves in sheep clothing because that's all they are. A bunch of wolves in sheep clothing, faking it until they making it. These people are not about that life. These people put on a facade, came out as if they had it together. Hundreds of businesses. If you got hundreds of businesses, at least one of them should be working. It don't even take hundreds of different businesses. Just like Marcel say, what are they doing? Trying to find out what stick. And so in a minute, when someone exposed that, oh, I want to go after them. Oh, I want to sue. You can't sue nothing. These are public figures. These people put their life out there for the entire world to pick it apart. Like I said, much is given, much is required. If you want to go out there and say that, you want to entertain, well, not everybody going to enjoy it. Not everybody's going to like it. Some people going to call it out. So if someone call it out, you cannot get mad. And that's just like with the prayer line. I sat there and I saw a notification came on where they said that Melody's prayer team wanted the followers, her people to pray for Martell. And these people came out and say, I can't pray for Martell. So do these people have are very sincere? This is not what you call the act of God, but an act of a devil. Because like I said there and say, what person gonna say, I'm not gonna pray for a person? The Most High God say when he sent his servant out, he sent him to the ones that need a physician, not the ones that thought that they had it all together. He came to the ones that needed a physician. So we cannot say who don't deserve God's amazing grace. And sometimes it's not even for that person, because as you saw when it came to Martell and Ariane, they was out there enjoying their life. That's why I say when it came to Ariane don't have to post anything. God got this. All you have to do is just be still, stay on the wall. You don't have to do a thing because God got this. Because he know when it came to these people that called themselves victims, these people, they wasn't worrying about all that. They was all about what was in God's hands. They had a gimme, gimme, gimme spirit, thinking that they can use God. Oh, God, this, God said that. Well, like I said, you're going to know them by the fruit that they bear, okay? You will know them by the fruit that they bear. And many of them are wolves in sheep clothing. Wolves are in sheep clothing. But like I said, this is the year of open shame where God is going to strip them. Anybody that buy this, then want me to tell you something? You need to go ahead and pray and ask God to open up your eyes, because I see straight through it. I was sitting there and I was saying, she does look good, and she does. I'll be telling you a lie. But like I said, you can put lipstick and you can put paint and hair weave and eyelashes. You can put that on a pig and the pig still will look good. But inside, they are raven wolves. Don't get impressed by that, because once they take off of these layers of hair weave, makeup, eyelashes, lipstick, they're going to look like any basic you know what. Don't have me to show the pictures. But like I say, this right here is a fasana. That's how they able to send so many people to the slaughterhouse. Like I say, this right here is a cheap trick. All this right here is a cheap trick. And what God is about to do, this is the word that God gave me today. God is about to get those demons straight. And that's why he gave them a platform. Because what he's doing is he's going to pull it right from under them. This right here is what I call exposing. God is going to bring you to open shame. You're not going to get away with it because too many people have gotten hurt. And I just hope when it comes to when it comes to Call Us King, they all saying that they all at the reunion. You guys need to sit there and call Melody out. Melody needs to take accountability of some of the stuff that she have done, because Melody does not take accountability. And I hope they sit there and they strip her out of that little blue outfit that she got on. Strip her clean out of it and expose the true Melody. Because Melody she's done too much stuff. And she had gotten away with it. And now we out there, we seen these overzealous fans still trying to pull out old receipts of 2021, saying that it was Mel sent it to you. If Mel was all about her life, she was booking busy, why would she send it to you? Most likely Mel didn't even send it to him. And if she did send it to him, oh well, like I said there and say, keep dipping and dabbing in the things of the world. Like I said, your time is almost up. Your time is almost up, because you cannot sit there and want to call other people out and you doing the same thing. This girl, she ride for almost 8 years because of infidelity in her marriage. All the while, Martell was saying that Melody, she was in it as well. Melody was doing the same thing as well. Let's go and play some more.
Your family, you cheated on your wife and things like that. Because she's always pointing the finger, like, Martell, you destroyed your family. You cheated on your wife and things like that. No, that. Melody, she cheated too. I made no mistake in my marriage. You know what I'm saying? I did. She did. She cheated. I cheated.
Hold on, excuse me.
See, that's
I'm sorry, stop right there. Tell me when I cheated and with who and where?
The apartment.
The apartment?
She couldn't say no more. She couldn't say no more. She never wanted Martell to talk. That's why Martell couldn't get out his story, because she overpowered him, especially when it comes to talking. And by, she felt like she was the victim, people was going to go ahead and listen to her. But look at the standstill. How people sat there, they listened. Martell got their attention. She should have just shut up and let Martell tell his story. That's why I sat there and say, girl, your time is almost up. Your time is almost up. You can't continue thinking that you can do the same thing over and over. You have been exposed. And Martell called it right. Martell sat there and say, anyone that she friends with, they end up leaving her. And the only reason why the other one, and I'm going to sell legend, because like I say, all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. The only one that's hanging along with her, because her eyes have not been open, not knowing she's being used. But look at it. Look how overpowering she is. Just look at it.
Okay, so look, let's go back before Martell cheated. Melody, she used to leave the house, say, I'm going to the hotel.
Look, she's mad. She pissed. Oh, she's upset. She's upset. The man only said one sentence, only said 4 words. And now she wants to interrupt this. But what woman that got small babies, small kids, 4 small babies, will leave and go to a hotel? Do you think that she's in that hotel twiddling her thumb by herself? No. And I'm going to say allegedly. But most women that I know that have small babies, and if they are in a toxic relationship or a toxic house, they packing up the kids as well, or going, just like one of my mods say, take a bubble bath. We don't have that type of luxury, especially when we have families. We got small children to go and turn a key to a hotel. That's just to show you that when Martell, he put her on that pedestal, he made her something that she really was not equipped to. That's like taking someone out the hood and dressing, or taking lipstick and putting on a pig, as what we see right now. And then you guys want to come out and sit there and say Martell, he deserved to be in jail. They both deserve to be in jail. Martell spared Melody. And Melody did not have, according to what we saw on this reality show, we can go by what these people put out on social media. But literally, Melody didn't have anything. Martell was the one that went outside. Him and his brothers started up a company, made it a multi-million-dollar business, went and got Melody out, put her as the CEO of that company, just to sit there and let it go down the drain. Because what had happened? This girl sat there, all of them, she's supposed to be over the books. When they open up the books, these people owe a lot of creditors, okay? They owed a lot of creditors. And you cannot get mad. Like I said there and say, this is grown folks. We ain't got time to pacify. So you cannot get mad. Oh, D, she's lying. No, I'm not lying. I don't know these people to lie. I don't know these people from a can of paint to lie. I only can go by what they put out. Okay? And this is my opinion.
For 2 days. She used to do that 2 days. She used to do that often. I'm like, okay, go.
And he was a good man. What man that going to allow his wife to go out there and just lay in a hotel where the kids was? Where the kids was? When you was out there in a hotel getting your piece with Martell, but yet Martell is a bad guy. Oh, Martell is a horrible guy. Got to go out there and work and still sit there and tend to his kids while she's out there getting her piece. Get out of here. The Lord rebuke you.
Things started changing. I'm like, damn, sex started changing. I start complaining. I complained for about a year before.
What man that is going to complain about a year? This man was a good man. This man is not a serial cheater. If this man was a serial cheater, I promise you, you all would have been finding so many pictures, because you guys are so invested when it comes to this man's personal life. I'm pretty sure you guys would have found so many pictures. Exclude the one with charade, because we already know that was publicity stunt. But this man was begging for almost a whole year, telling his wife what she was not doing. And do you think that this man was going to continue begging? Like I said there and say, that's scripture too. If I'm not mistaken, somewhere in 1st or 2nd Corinthians. You can't keep holding out. Maybe for a week, during a person 2 weeks, during a woman's cycle. But after that, if you married, you got to do what you need to do to please your husband. If not, Satan going to get right in it. But the reason why, she didn't care. Let's go and listen to some more.
I stepped out. And again,
so she want to laugh. All she doing is trying to deflect of his story. But what Martell said, it's time for me to tell my story or go ahead and fire me. And that's why I say when it comes to Call King, I just hope that Call King call Melody out, because it's time for someone to go ahead and call her out. Just like Marsha has said last season. What did Marsha say? Melody takes no accountability of nothing that she done. And why? Because they think that she's the star of the show. No, this is a chorus 6. It's no stars when it's a chorus 6. It was about 6 people coming together, building up Huntsville. It was about Black excellence, not just about Melody. And why would Call King want to keep covering for Melody when Melody was trying to sabotage, and I'm going to say allegedly, his show, helping these unhinged millimeters call for a blackout? I hope he talk about that, because I'm tired of hearing them sweeping all the stuff that Melody has done under the rug. So I hope that Call King say, oh, I was threatened too by the millimeters. I hope Call King say that, because you was threatened. It was said, and I'm going to say a legend, that these people went to higher up, wanting to sue the network, wanted to get you fired off of your own company, your own business, your own show, wanting to get you fired. And you're not going to say anything about it, but you're going to just pass it on by. I don't want to watch that type of reality show. I don't want to watch that reality show. I don't want to watch fakeness anymore. Let's go ahead and play some more.
As a man, what else can you do?
But you did cheat first. You cheated.
No,
she didn't cheat, but you cheated.
No.
Cheating was the
Just because you don't find out anything, just because you don't know. Hold on. Just because you don't know anything, that doesn't mean somebody isn't cheating. When all this changed behavior, when you go into a hotel.
You see how she over talking him? That's what you call a real narcissist. And I promise you guys, I can fix this up. I can do the editing where I can show you the real deal behind this, because like I said, I know exactly how to put clips together and to get your attention. And it's not going to be like what you think it's going to be. It's going to be very epic. But you also have to support this channel. You also have to support it, because it takes time and it takes energy. But as you can see right there, when it comes to Melody, Melody is now overpowering him. And now she's going to take control of that conversation. And that's why I sit there and say, 8 is a new beginning. 8 means a new beginning. 8 means that the things that was in the old, it should stay in the old, because you cannot take old wine and put it into new skin. It's going to burst. So it's time for them to sit there, and it's time to move on. Tell your story, or just have them to fire you, or just walk away. Because I already told you, when it came to Martell is not a dummy. Martell made it happen for every last person that's on that platform that's called Love and Marriage in Huntsville. Martell made it happen. Martell had his people to put this together, not Melody. It was Martell's people. Martell did all this to make Melody happy. And if you need me to play some more of the clips, I'll play the clips. When he talked about it to Tasha K, he told it to Tasha K. It was his people. But he also said that he wished he would have followed his first mind and never put his family on this reality show. So let's go ahead and play some more.
For days and stuff like that. And
so everybody does
what they need to do for their me time, for their calming down time. And now you, because you got help cheating all these
See? You see? That's what you call a devil in sheep clothing. She took control of that conversation. She took control of that conversation just like she took control of so much stuff. But like I said there and say, much is given, much is required because it takes two to tear down a house. You cannot tear a house by yourself. That's why I say when it comes to Ariane was grafted into a toxic relationship. This man most likely would have went after anyone at that time on two legs, anybody, because he wanted out because of what he had at home. And you guys sitting there saying poor Melody. Like I said there and say, we already saw when it came to Safari and Erica Mena. Men cry in silence. Some men is not going to go on top of the highest mountain and sit there and say they are being abused. They are a victim. This is DV month right here of bringing awareness. We talked about all that. Men, they are victims as well. Like I said, this right here is the year of exposure. This is a Jezebel spirit. These women think that because of this Me Too movement, that they can sit there and do any and everything, emasculate the black man. But that's not order, because God is the of order. God is not the author of confusion, but of love, peace, and of a sound mind. You can't think that you're going to, go ahead of God. Then you might as well just shut your Bible and just walk away, because God is a God of order. And all we see, or all we saw, was these overzealous, silly women faking it until they make it. These people are not about that life, guys. Go and see inside the way that the Most High God see them and strip them. I promise you. That's why we can't always be glorifying the outer appearance. You know how people go around and say, oh, I want that life. Oh, I wish I was her. Like I said, they didn't say. Some of these people fake it until they make it. Don't try to be somebody else, because you don't know what this person went through to get what they got. You don't know how these people went out to rob Peter to pay Paul. Stop looking at people glory when you don't know the story. Just like we got all these overzealous fans right now. Trauma binding. We need to take Martell out. Just sit there and come out and tell the truth. We need a sacrificial lamb. Because many men, they cheat. They step out. But why, when it comes to Martell, why Martell got to be the face of a serial cheater when we don't have no evidence of this man cheating besides with Ariane? And we already know when it comes to him cheating with Ariane, that is not cheating. That was his other woman, because she handed him over to her. That's why I said there, say, Ariane, don't say a word. Don't post no pictures. Because God already is going to open the door for you, because you was grafted into that relationship. Listen to what the prophetess is saying. You don't have to say anything. When God opened that door, you tell your story. And as we saw right there, Melody tried to overtalk Melody. Melody tried to overtalk Martell, but I'd be damned if she's going to try to overtalk Ariane, because that's going to be her worstest nightmare. Ariane Curry. That's going to be her 2-bit change. That's going to be her thorn in the side, Ariane Curry. And I promise you, Ariane is not going to be as patient as Martell is with her. Martell spared her. Many a times Martell spared her. Because the time when she sat there and she went in that house and she wanted to set that house on fire, That was a spare. That was not a felony. That was not a felony charge. That was not a felony. That was not a misdemeanor. Sorry about that, guys. That was a felony charge. Let's go ahead and play this right here.
Cheat on me or walk out
Well,
on me.
see, that's what I'm saying. We have to get into definition. Who told us that was cheating? Where did that idea come from that that's cheating? And I'm not saying that a lot of men are not just running around. I'm not talking about that. But if a woman finds out that her man has been with a woman while she's been with him for 3 or 4 or 5 years, that's a serious commitment and relationship. And if it hasn't taken anything from me, if I'm not going short of anything, and if this is what he thinks his responsibility is, then what kind of hell are you going to go through to prevent that? Since we cannot stop him, we have not been successful. The white woman has not been successful in stopping the white man from having another woman. They call them a mistress. We pick up a lot of that terminology. But a man who has 2 women, that's not necessarily a mistress. That's just his other woman. Now, we got 2 choices. We can be the woman or the other woman. We don't have but those 2. Now, I know we don't like that. I don't like that. You know, but that's the reality.
And that's absolutely true. You have 2 choices. You would be the woman or the other woman. And when it came to that relationship with Melody, Martell, and Ariane, Melody knew exactly what was in her marriage. She just didn't care because, according to what Martell was saying, allegedly, she was out there herself doing the same thing. It's like pot calling the kettle black. Just like now they sitting there saying Melody, and we're going to say allegedly, is out there with the security guard. With him. According to court documents, the kids seen certain things that they shouldn't have never even saw. Like I said, God is exposing them. God is putting these people to open shame. You cannot sit there and call someone else out, bank off of that, play the victim when you are out there doing the same thing. Make it make sense. And what did Melody say? Melody already has said that nothing was taken out of her home. Didn't she say that? Melody said nothing was never taken out of her home. She didn't miss anything. He took care of home, and he also took care of Ariane. Was it right? No. But like I said, that's life. But they wants to use him as a sacrificial lamb, knowing that they really don't care. These people don't care about Martell. They don't even care about Melody. And Melody cannot see it. And the reason why Melody cannot see it, because she blinded by this thing called fame and fortune. She thought that the grass was greener on the other side. She thought the grass was green on the other side. But she was for a rude awakening. Because like I said there and say, her 15 minutes is up. God has brought you to open shame. You are not about that life. I don't care what you put on the outside, until you clean up the inside. We got a lot of people out there living like the Joneses, but inside living like the Walters. But we wanted to crucify Martell. They wanted Martell because they needed to sit there and drive someone crazy so they can lift up one person. That's how it works. That's how the devil works. You got to sacrifice someone. And they chose Martell. But you chose Martell. The people chose Martell. But God didn't. Because all the while, is you the one on that altar. You are the sacrificial lamb. You are the one that's going to sit there and catch much hell. Because much is given, much is required. Not knowing it was you. You thought it was Martell, but it was you. You put your own self up there. And the same ones that help you rise up there is the same ones going to tear your tail apart. That's why every time when you get something, the wind come and blow it. Like I said, you can build all this stuff. You can furnish all this stuff, but you would never live in it. Look at the Fletchers. Look at Nell Fletcher. Who Nell Fletcher was out with last week? She was with Ariane and Martell. Nell Fletcher was with Ariane and Martell. and you allegedly living in their house, making videos, you sitting on top of the hill of somebody else's house. If you were about that life and you have millions, why are you renting or leasing somebody else's house? Why are you putting so much money invested in somebody else's house? And I'm going to say allegedly, but according to some of the stuff that's out there, they say Melody is paying almost $4,500 a month. $4,500 a month going down the drain. Going down the drain in order to fake it until you make it. Let's go ahead and add that up. $4,500 a month time a year. That's $54,000. $54,000 going down the drain. These people are not good stewards when it comes to their money. They are not good stewards. And like I said there and say, we are living in a last days. We are living in what I call a famer. These people are not good stewards. Keep your eyes off of these people, because all these people going to lead you in a ditch, because they are not about that life. Like I told you, the reason why so many people was bound down to a fake Messiah. And if you only know who the picture, Leonardo da Vinci had painted this picture right here. And like I said, this is my ministry, to wake the hell about our people. Leave these people alone. Leonardo da Vinci painted this picture of a white Messiah. His real name was Cesar de Borgia. Cesar Borgia. Go and Google it. I might be pronouncing the name wrong. And find out the background, who he was. That was Alexandra. I think it was the 5th or 6th. That was his son. And he had the entire world to worship this false Messiah. And like I said, nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun, because we are still worshiping these false messiahs, these false gods. We are still worshiping because we are fixated of what we call this European standards. Anything that's close to light is right, not knowing that these people are out to do 3 things. And that's to kill, steal, and destroy. And the ones that wants to do good, the ones that you give them no credit. But God say, don't worry about the world lifting you up. And I'm talking about like a Stormy Steele, a Tisha. But who the one running with the blessings? They are running with the blessings. So that's why I said there and say, don't be jealous of these ones that's out there faking it until they make it. Don't be jealous by them, because that's all they are doing, faking it till they make it. Sooner or later, that's going to come to the end. They could never leave legacies down to their children. All they doing is robbing the kids' blessings. Because every time when the wind blow, their blessings blow right along with them. They don't have no rest. Don't be impressed by this right here, guys. Don't be impressed by this right here. Because if you start pulling it apart, you will sit there and see these people are in financial ruins. And I'm going to say allegedly. But according to the reports that's out there, these people don't have a pot to you know what and a window to throw it out of. And the ones that's blessed, you overlook them. Take your eyes off of people. And this is the season right now. If you want to see the move of God, if you want to see the Most High God show up and show out, take your eyes off of people. Because I promise you, every time when you put your eyes on people, you're going to stumble, because these people are not about that life. These people are not about that life. These people are only faking it till they make it. And that's why they have to come out with a trauma binding train wagon, a trauma bond train wagon, causing so much havoc. Anyone sat there and come against this, they out there to tear it up, calling themselves shaking the heavens. These people are not shaking the heavens. All these people is trying to put fear upon you.
When you're sad, I do feel for you. I once had love for you. Although you've done a whole bunch of evil things, you have a dark soul, but I still don't hate you.
And the thing about it is that Tisha called it out. Tisha had called it out. Tisha said, when it comes to Melody, that Melody has a dark soul. And nobody called it out. Nobody called it out. Why? Because they wanted to make Melody name as a brand, as a household name, because of what she been through. Because we already know, we live right now in the world that love is on. They hate black men, especially masculine black men. They hate it. And they would do anything to try to break the man down or break a dark, melanated, beautiful goddess down like Etisha. Because this European standard saying, of how they want a woman to look. They don't care if she educated. They don't care if she got it all together. This European standard, and it's just on social media. It's just on TV. Because I always post pictures of how our melanated god and goddesses, they are doing outside of social media, outside of entertainers. Not all of us are entertainers and football players. We got very successful black people. Go in my community tab. I post them. That's what I'm going to start doing. But we're not going to put that type of information on TV or make videos because it's not going to put money in your pocket. But we got trillionaires, black trillionaires, billionaires. We got our black goddesses, young kids, doctors doing great. But you're not going to hear anything about that because this false illusion called social media, they want you to think that when it comes to a dark-skinned or a black masculine man, they ain't crap. They only in prison or mammies and maids and thieves. That's how social media wants to portray certain people. So they're going to use these silly sheep that we idolize. Oh, they look good. Oh, they are beautiful. Why do you think most of our black men are in prison? Because they run after these unequal yoked people, That's why I sit there and say some of them I don't even feel sorry for them. Like when Safari, you already know that when it came to Erica, you already knew about her. But we always want something that we shouldn't have. But Tisha called her out. And if you want to see, guys, you want to see more edit videos like this, you're going to have to support this channel. You're going to have to support this channel because it takes time. And I promise you, I can break it down where even a child can understand. And I could show you what's behind that dark side. Pull the sheets from under that. But Tisha talked about that.
Why do you think she has a dark soul?
She's very pretty on the outside. She is the true definition of a devil in sheep clothing.
Tisha called her out. A devil in sheep clothing. This girl sold her entire family for a bowl of beans for curtain number 3. Wonk, wonk, wonk. She sold it all for a bowl of beans, for a 15-minute fame. Your time is up, girl. And like I said there and say, when it comes to this reunion that's coming up, I just hope that this time Carlos King don't drop the ball. Because they came after you as well. They wanted to see you taken away from your show. They wanted to drop your ratings. They wanted to boycott you. They wanted you out. And when you guys most likely told Melody to go and stop all this, Melody didn't stop all of it. What did Melody do? She came out and say they want me to dismantle grown women. I can't tell them what to do. But when Melody was with this man overseas and people was emailing this guy, some guy that she was with, they was emailing that man. Melody came on her social media platform and she told you guys to stop. So why she cannot go on her platform and tell you guys to stop harassing, bullying, and threatening people? She's not going to do it because she like it. She like it. But not knowing it's going to backfire, just like everything else backfire on her. Melody does not have a security guard for Martell when she sees Martell every other week. Melody has a bodyguard because of you guys. She's scared of you guys. She's scared of what she helped breed. But like I said there and say, guys, all y'all have to do, y'all don't have to do anything. Y'all don't have to act all up. Ariane don't have to send out no pictures. God got this. And one thing that I know, when it comes to the Most High God, he does not need your help. He's about to bring them to open shame. And I just hope when it comes to Call Us King, I pray when it comes to Call Us King, that he hold Melody accountable for all the stuff that she did, because too many people have gotten hurt. Too many people have gotten hurt on her watch. On her watch.
Damn,
Well, then, if
Tisha.
that's the case, you should every day that the dark soul was removed out your life. Be grateful.
I'm thanking God for a lot of things,
Be
but I ain't
grateful.
one of them.
Do you believe that, Melody?
No, I
It's okay. And that's okay. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube now. Listen. Go to YouTube. You bitch, you had proof. I'm gonna pull up this tweet. Where is your proof? I got proof. Here's the thing. This is what
No. No more conversation. I'm so happy you two have moved on from each other.
Yes, God.
And,
Oh, yes, it was. Oh, yes, it was. That's why I beat your ass that time.
That's why I beat your ass that time.
And that's what I hold Call Us King. I hold Call Us King for that as well. Now, Melody came on that reality show, and not only Maurice, it was what's this other one? Tiffany, Big Lou wife, Tiffany, and Tisha Face was on the floor when Melody had told the entire world that watches this show, that's why I beat your tail. And Martell came out, and it's not his word verbatim. Martell sat there and said, now you see, if I would have said something like this, pretty much y'all would have sat there, y'all would have called me out. Y'all would have had his head on a silver platter. Y'all guys would have been crucifying him right now if he would have came out and said that he beats Melody's tail. And I'm thinking that, it was like the second reunion. It was like the second part. I'm thinking that, okay, when it came back from a commercial, that Call Us King was going to go ahead and call it out. Call Us King didn't call it out. So I say, well, they got part 3. He didn't call it out either. They swept that under the rug. This girl came out and said that she beats this man's tail. And you know good and well, if Martell want just his pinky finger and touch her, he would have knocked her out. But that's just to show you Martell's a man. But see, y'all don't call stuff out like that.
All right, so we're right back with more Love Marriage Huntsville when we return.
See how he up and shut that down because he was covering for her. He was covering for her.
What you're not gonna do is continue to play in my face.
Well, no one's playing in your face. I don't
You
even talk
are.
to you, sweetie.
Well, you're talking to me now.
I don't talk.
I wish I could find. I was trying to find this other clip. I can't find it. I was trying to find that clip with how she went ahead and she dismissed Kiki. You remember when she missed when Kiki she dismissed Kiki, threw Kiki down like she's disposable goods, but I'll get that together again. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. I did my hour. Thank you for coming in, guys. Thank you for coming in and commenting. I wish I can read all you guys comment, but charge it to my heart, and thank you all for supporting me. But also, you know, if I don't leave anything with you, I want to leave this with you right here. Don't look at nobody's glory when you don't know the story. Don't be so mesmerized, because Satan came as a masquerader, a deceiver. He came as an angel of light, and we already know today he have deceived so many people. So on that note, guys, you all have a blessed day and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, so be blessed.